1 month ago tonight, a white American man with more than 20 guns shot almost 600 people at a concert in Las Vegas, killing 58 of them and then himself. It was the worst mass shooting in modern American history and the single deadliest attack on American soil since 9/11. At the time, the White House scolded anyone suggesting maybe something could be done about guns in this country, the weapons he used to carry that out, accusing them of politicizing a tragedy and getting ahead of the facts. It just wasn't the time for that. Needless to say, a month later, the president still has yet to offer a single policy solution. Today, though, just about 18 hours after a terrorist attack here in New York City, in which an Uzbek national in a pickup truck mowed down cyclists and pedestrians on a bike path, leaving 8 dead, the president was blaming the U.S. senator from New York. He also tweeted about ISIS and his so-called extreme vetting program. He blamed the attack on the American immigration system and then the entire justice system of the United States of America. It's part of a long-standing pattern of amplifying and weaponizing acts of violence committed by Muslims, while other kinds of violence, especially by white non-Muslims, are held at arm's length. The President of the United States has access to the best information from law enforcement on their ongoing investigation, far beyond what's available to the public. But instead, he's getting his updates from Fox and Friends. Parroting an unconfirmed report, the attacker, a green card holder, entered the country under a program allegedly pushed by Democrats.
We are here, Brian, precisely because of the neglect, political neglect of the last administration, Senator Chuck Schumer helping import Europe's problems. We don't want that.
That was this morning. Minutes later, the president tweeted, "Chuck Schumer helping to import Europe's problems," said Colonel Tony Schaefer. "We will stop this craziness at Fox and Friends." The president gets his information from Fox News. The rest of us are relying on reporters and New York officials who today confirmed the attacker, 29-year-old Sayfullo Saipov, had been planning the attack for weeks. Saipov, who came to the U.S. 7 years ago, was charged in federal court today with giving material support to ISIS. Also today, authorities released the identities of all 8 victims who died in that attack, who ranged in age from 23 to 48 years old. 5 were from Argentina, 1 from Belgium. The other 2 were locals from New York and New Jersey. The Argentinians are part of a group celebrating the 30th anniversary of their high school graduation, seen here enjoying the bike path in the moments before they were mowed down. At a cabinet meeting today, after offering a brief tribute to those victims, the president pivoted to pushing his long-standing immigration goals.
We want a merit-based program where people come into our country based on merit. And we want to get rid of chain migration. We've wanted to do that for a long time. And I've been wanting to do it for a long time. And we'll be asking Congress to start working on it immediately. There are bills already about ending chain migration.
The president of the United States, the head of the U.S. federal government, then proceeded to denounce the rule of law in this country, attacking the federal criminal justice system that he himself oversees.
We need quick justice, and we need strong justice, much quicker and much stronger than we have right now. Because what we have right now is a joke, and it's a laughing stock.
Mr. President, do you want the assailant from New York sent to Gitmo? Mr. President?
I would certainly consider that, yes.
Are you considering that now, sir?
I would certainly consider that.
Are you?
Send him to Gitmo. I would certainly consider that, yes.
We should note here that the man responsible for that bombing in Chelsea in Lower Manhattan last year was just convicted in federal court 2 weeks ago using the normal constitutional use of criminal procedure. He was prosecuted by the same office that just charged Saipov for yesterday's attack. A year ago, while a manhunt for that Chelsea bomber was still underway, then candidate Trump seized the moment to tweet about Syrian refugees. He had a similar reaction to an explosion in London this past September, calling out the police in the midst of their investigation. Another attack in London by a loser terrorist. These are sick and demented people who were in the sights of Scotland Yard. Must be proactive. There was, of course, his unforgettable response to the Pulse nightclub massacre in Orlando, which was, until Las Vegas, the deadliest mass shooting in modern U.S. history. Appreciate the congrats for being right on radical Islamic terrorism. I don't want congrats. I want toughness and vigilance. We must be smart. Of course, it was just 5 days after the 2015 attack in San Bernardino that the man who is now president called to ban an entire religion, about a quarter of the world's population, from approaching our shores. Now compare those responses to the way the president handled an outbreak of white supremacist violence in Charlottesville, when he waited hours before delivering a tepid condemnation of, quote, all sides.
I wanted to make sure, unlike most politicians, that what I said was correct, not make a quick statement. It's a very, very important process to me, and it's a very important statement. So I don't want to go quickly and just make a statement for the sake of making a political statement. I want to know the facts.
In the wake of the Las Vegas massacre, in which the gunman had a whole stockpile of firearms, many of them modified to mimic automatic weapons, the White House chastised, chided anyone who dared to bring up policy solutions.
There's a time and place for a political debate, but now is the time to unite as a country. This is a day of mourning, a time of bringing our country together, and that's been the focus of the administration this morning.
Orlando, though, Sarah, when at that day he was talking about the travel ban, saying he didn't want congratulations, essentially. Why is
there's a difference between being a candidate and being the president?
Hey there, I'm Chris Hayes from MSNBC. Thanks for watching MSNBC on YouTube. If you want to keep up to date with the videos we're putting out, you can click subscribe just below me, or click over on this list to see lots of other great videos.